Power, prestige, opulence, status. Now these are just some of the words that come to mind first when you think of a Range Rover. And in its current avatar, the Range Rover has really been pushing the luxury SUV envelope even further. But that's not all though. The good news if you're looking to buy the Range Rover in India is that this luxury SUV now sees a massive price cut of 50 lakh rupees. Yes, that's right, 50 lakh rupees is what I'm saying, because for the first time in its history, Land Rover has commenced local assembly of this flagship SUV right here in India.
I just got hit with a 50K tax bill, 300 racks in a year. How does...
For the longest time, the Range Rover has been considered the last word in luxury SUVs with its design, comfort, luxury, and well, the way it pampers occupants while also being immensely capable off-road. And thanks to the massive price cut it has received in India, this SUV, which has always been hugely popular with celebrities and ultra high net worth individuals in India, becomes even more enticing now.
What I like the most about this new Range Rover's design is the fact that despite everything about it getting changed and this being a full generation change to say so, the design has not really changed because the Range Rover still retains that boxy silhouette that has become its identity across generations. And of course, the front end is unmistakably Range Rover. The headlamps are so intricately designed, you have to take a closer look at them to believe me. The grille is so simple yet so elegant looking, and in fact the front end, the overall design, the way the panels meet is absolutely seamless. Of course, as part of the generation change, this Range Rover has gotten bigger, and obviously this has helped in making it more spacious inside, but more importantly, the increased exterior dimensions help in offering an even more stately presence. What's also worth noting here that there's not too many lines, it's a very simple boxy design despite so many generations of the Range Rover having gone by. More importantly, I've set this on off-road mode right now, and the adaptive air suspension is at its full height, and you can see how tall this SUV looks, and that further adds to its presence on the road along with these massive 22-inch wheels. The simple and minimalistic design theme continues at the rear, and all of this purely adds to the Range Rover's elegance. It's a very simple looking rear end. You simply have the Range Rover name written across in a large font size. These are the tail lights, which you can't even tell that they are the tail lights when they are not functional. There's not too many lines out there. In fact, even the exhaust is concealed and you can't even notice the exhaust pipe here. What's also worth noting is that Range Rover continues the tradition of having its tailgate split into two parts, and of course, this is a Range Rover, so both of them are motorized.
Overall, like it has across generations, this made in India Range Rover exudes a classiness like few other SUVs do. And with its kind of poise, road presence and size, not only does it ensure you get noticed, it also ensures everyone makes way for you on the road. I'd also like to add here that given that this is the first time in Land Rover's history that the Range Rover is being assembled outside of the United Kingdom, driven by the increasing demand in India, JLR has ensured fit finish levels are top notch, and you really cannot tell this one apart from the ones imported directly from the UK.
Elegance is the first word that comes to mind as soon as you step inside this new Range Rover, and that's because you've got acres and acres of soft touch leather beat on the dashboard, the roof lining, and then besides the leather you've got brushed metal finishes, you've got a lot of wooden inserts like here on the center console, on the steering wheel. But one of my favorite bits here has to be this 13.1-inch touchscreen display for the infotainment system, because the resolution is so crisp and the touch sensitivity is so good and the color so bright, I can actually spend a lot of time just going through it.
The instrument cluster is a crisp looking display as well and offers lots of information on the go, while the steering wheel, though large in size, is easy to get used to. While the Range Rover is an SUV meant to be chauffeured around in primarily, the driver and front passenger also get pampered a lot, including perforated leather seats with ventilation, 24 adjustments for both seats, a massage function including hot stone massage as well, and even a refrigerator under the armrest, all as standard. So if you are among the chauffeur-driven lot of buyers, we can tell you, you won't be the only one getting pampered in this luxury SUV.
But this is a Range Rover, of course, and that means that the rear seat is the place to be and not those front seats. In fact, just look at the amount of legroom and kneeroom that I have. I'm quite literally lounging here. And to be honest, I dare say, this is probably the most comfortable and the most luxurious seat on any automobile on sale in India. But the back seat of the Range Rover is a place that you can really get spoiled in, and that's because everything is motorized here. A simple touch has the sun blind come on. I press a switch here and the armrest folds down, And this armrest also integrates a pair of motorized cup holders. How cool is that? But that's not all though, because I've got a 11.4-inch touchscreen infotainment system in front of me that lets me watch movies. And I even have a pair of dedicated headphones for that. And being a Range Rover, this SUV is as luxurious as it gets, but at the same time, it is also immensely capable off-road. And for the purpose to help you when you're driving off-road, you get dedicated displays inside here which offer a lot of information. You've got 4x4 information when you're driving off-road in terms of the pitch, roll, angles of the SUV. You've got traction modes that you can select from. There's a whole bunch of them. The ride height obviously can be adjusted, like I mentioned before when I was talking about the design, how you can lower or raise the SUV. Most importantly, you also get weight sensing, so you could actually drive through 900 millimeters of water and nothing will happen to this SUV. The Autobiography variant is powered by a 3-liter turbocharged petrol engine that puts out 400 PS and 550 Newton meters, and all this power and torque are sent to all 4 wheels via an 8-speed automatic gearbox. Now on paper, these numbers might sound on par with any performance car, but this is a Range Rover and it's an SUV that's not really meant for performance, it's meant for going fast with a lot of grace and with a lot of elegance. And that's something that's visible in the way it accelerates, in the way it builds speeds, because it simply glides over surfaces, keeps on building speeds without the occupants actually knowing about it. Overall, this is an SUV that really knows how to mask its speeds, and that's despite it weighing well over 2.5 tons.
So there is no dearth of performance in the Range Rover Autobiography, and it is an SUV that's heavy and huge, but it sure knows how to pick up its skirts and run when demanded. There's a bit of a lag in the throttle response in keeping with the SUV's position though, to ensure rear occupants are not jolted back in case the driver accelerates suddenly. And even when accelerating hard on open roads, the Range Rover carries itself with a grace unlike most other luxury SUVs.
Now, one of the biggest highlights of a Range Rover has always been its ridiculously good ride quality, and that's something that this SUV continues. It's got the kind of ride quality that has it glide over most surfaces, and especially the guys at the back will find it really easy to fall asleep when being driven around in a Range Rover. But at the same time, despite its size, its weight, and the kind of unbelievably good ride quality that the Range Rover offers, this SUV also handles really well. In fact, it's almost shocking how neatly it can hold its line around corners, how much confidence it inspires when you're going fast on the highway, and overall, it's almost hard to believe the kind of balance that the Range Rover offers between ride and handling both. Clearly, the Range Rover, which is pretty much considered the last word in luxury SUVs, is a lot more value for money now, in India at least. Okay, value for money is not a term that comes to mind when you think of Range Rover, but the Autobiography variant that you see here has seen a massive price cut of 56 lakh rupees, and this one retails at 2.6 crores ex-showroom in India now. On the other hand, the HSE variant has also received a price cut of 28 lakh rupees, and that one retails at rupees 2.36 crores ex-showroom now. And these prices certainly make the Range Rover a lot more value for money as compared to its only direct rival in India, which is the Mercedes Maybach GLS 600 SUV that retails at rupees 3.35 crores ex-showroom. So yes, a lot more value for money, a lot more of opulence, performance, poise, luxury, status, and a whole lot more. That's the Made in India Range Rover for you. What do you think of it? Do let us know in the comments below.